I remember playing a lot of NES games in my childhood, but this is one I vividly remember playing. Top Gun on Wheels, Days of Thunder. And let me tell you, this game sucks. But why does it suck, you might ask? Well, it's because of fucking shit like this! You really want to know how bad this part of the game is? Well, let me tell you. You have 5 guys in your pit crew. 3 of the guys change the tires, 1 guy fuels up the car, and another guy repairs the engine. Sounds all fun and dandy, right? But you're forgetting one major part of his pit crew. You're controlling every fucking person! Player-controlled pitting. What the fuck were they thinking?! And if you thought this part of the game wasn't stupid enough, Mindscape throws a bunch of curveballs at you to make you tear your goddamn hair out! Alright, I understand. There are some give-ins, like you can't change the tires unless the car jack is up. But guess what? You can't fix the engine unless the other side of the car jack is up. So guess what? You have to hastily change your tires, get the car jack down, send all 3 of your tire guys around to the other side in separate attempts, and then get the car jack up, change the tires, and then fix the engine at the same time. But oh, wait a minute. You can't fill up the car while the car jacks are up, which I don't understand for any given reason. Plus, your fuel engine guy fills it up as slow as hell, so you have to do it when they're transitioning. Plus, you're also prone to the common tragedy of human error, which means you could accidentally press the wrong button instead of doing the actual thing. You have to go around the hole 5 times, and then you gotta do the whole damn shit again! You think this is fun? You think I'm going around punching around in the morning noon at some grass grid field? But guess what? The best part isn't here. And you know what that is? The AI doesn't fucking pit! So guess what? You gotta go around again. You gotta go around the racetrack, drives up all your other positions, and guess what? You lose.
Nice try, buddy.
Oh yeah. Nice try, huh? Well, maybe if my actual pit crew wasn't circle jerking in the back to naked pictures of Marilyn Monroe and then eating the remains as ice cream, then I may have had a chance of winning!
Before I begin, I have to say that with few exceptions, I'm not really a big fan of racing games in general. Having said that, Days of Thunder is so bad that it makes me never want to play any racing game ever again. But the absolute worst part of the game has got to be the pits. There never was a name so apt, because that's exactly what they are. So anyway, let's get into it. Stupid moments in video gaming. Days of Thunder for the NES. The pits. Soon after the race starts, your car begins breaking down. For example, the tires will start wearing out as shown in the indicator on the lower right-hand side of the screen. First they turn yellow, then purplish pink, and finally red when they're completely worn out. What really sucks though is that your tires turn yellow almost as soon as you start racing, and there's nothing you can do about it. Look at this shit, not even 2 minutes after the race starts and the tires are already going. And if you so much as tap the car in front of you, the engine will start going too. Christ, what is this fucking car made out of? Styrofoam? The only reasonable thing in this whole damn race is the fuel going down, and I'm surprised they didn't put a fucking hole in the tank just for shits and giggles. So after a couple of laps, you have to pit, and here's where the game really falls apart. To get into the pits, you have to slow down, turn left, and brake using the B button. But if you go too fast, you'll drive right through the pit stop and go back onto the track. What the hell is this shit? You mean you can't just stop automatically when you enter the pits? Of course not! So if you don't stop in time, you have to drive all the way around the track again to get to the pits. Yeah, because it would have been so difficult for them to program in an automatic stop in this area. Yeah, sure, whatever. When you finally do manage to stop your car, the fun really starts. Trying to fix your car is next to impossible. Your pit crew consists of 5 guys. 2 for the tires, 1 for the jack, 1 for the fuel, and 1 for the engine. And guess what? You have to control them all! 'Cause they can't fix the car themselves. Oh no, that would be too easy. And the controls for these guys are so messed up that I don't even know why they bothered to put them in. You have to switch between the 5 pit guys using the B button. And this alone will fuck you up because if you don't pick the right guy, he won't be able to do the necessary task. Instead of randomly picking guys, why not prioritize tasks in order of need? Control the jack guy first, then the tire guy, then the engine guy, then the fuel guy. But oh no, you have to bounce around and hope you pick the right guy. This couldn't be more counterintuitive if they tried. So when you finally manage to pick the right guy, let's say it's the tire guy, you perform his action using the A button. But oh wait, you can't do that because first you have to jack the car up. So then you have to keep pressing B until you get the jack guy. Once you get the jack guy, you can put the car up by pressing A. Oh wait, you can't just do that because you have to press forward in A. I suppose automatically putting the car up would be too much fucking trouble for the game designers. With the car finally jacked up, you can at long last change the tires. But oh wait, I have to switch back to the tire guy first. For Christ's sakes, just unscrew the fucking tire and put the new one on, you jagoff! And please note, while all this is going on, the time is just flying by, and every second you waste means less of a chance of victory. Not that it matters at this rate, though, since you'll probably shut the game off by now. 10 minutes later, he finally manages to take off the bad tire and put on the good one. Well, thank you. Oh, but if you mess up and press A again, he'll put the bad tire back on. What? This is one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever seen in a video game! You mean to tell me that he couldn't just roll the bad tire out of the way, like they do in a real race? Ugh. You know, at this rate, the driver may as well just take the steering wheel off and throw it away, because this is fucking hopeless! Alright, let's just get through the rest of this. After you've finally fixed one set of tires, you can go around to the other side of the car and fix the other ones. Oh wait, you can't, because you have to unjack the car, then go around to the other side of the car with the jack guy, and then jack up that side of the car. And when those tires are finally fixed, assuming you haven't put the bad tires back on, you can finally go under the car with the engine guy and fix the engine. But if your engine is that fucked up, you have to send the guy under the car more than once, otherwise your engine won't be repaired. What the fuck is he doing under there? Why don't you fix the goddamn engine right the first time? After you finish repairing your engine, or in this case half repairing it, you can refuel your car. Oh wait, you can't do that because you have to unjack the car yet again. The way this pit stop is going, they may as well just build a new fucking car, because it would take a hell of a lot less time than it would to fix this one. Anyway, moving on, the fuel guy manages to gas up your car after about a decade and a half, and then the engine guy finally does his fucking job, and at long last you can get back into the race. And to get back in, you have to press start. Start? Why start? Why can't I just press the goddamn A button for the accelerator and drive away? Probably because I'd run the bastards down for taking too damn long. Total time for all this bullshit, almost 2 minutes! 2 fucking minutes to fix a car in a race. At this point, you've lost. No matter how fucking fast you go, you'll never catch up with the other drivers, so you may as well just shut the damn game off. You know what the worst thing of all is, though? The other cars don't have to pit. That's right, they don't have to pit, but you do. And you can't not pit, because if you don't, you'll run out of fuel or your car will be too fucked up to continue. That is total fucking bullshit. Even if I could pit super fast, why should I bother if the other cars don't have to do the same thing? If this game ain't gonna play fair with you, then there's no point in playing it. So in conclusion, don't even bother with this trash because it ain't worth it. If you want a good racing game, try Rad Racer or RC Pro-Am.
Rubbin's Racing on your Nintendo Entertainment System. It's Days of Thunder for the NES from 1990. A lot of people consider Days of Thunder the movie Top Gun with cars. There's a lot of similarities. They're both directed by Tony Scott. They both star Tom Cruise and their testosterone-fueled explosion fests. But did you know that there's similarities between the video games as well? Remember Top Gun on the NES and the aircraft carrier landing scene, which broke up the gameplay, and most people hated it. I was actually pretty good at that part. But it definitely broke up the awesome air combat. Well, in this game, it's the pit stop. The pit stop is the new aircraft carrier landing scene. You have no hope of completing a pit stop in under 20 minutes, and by the time you finish, all of the other drivers will have completed the race and will be pounding moonshine in their trailer without you. And this game could have really used some music. The driving gets a bit boring after a while because it's not terribly exciting. The controls are a bit odd too. As you hold down the button to accelerate, you can then take your finger off the button and your car will hold that speed, and then you brake and then you can kind of accelerate again, and it's like you're using cruise control. But keep an eye on your fuel gauge because unless I was doing something wrong, which is certainly possible, I don't have the instructions for the game, this car runs out of fuel in about 5 laps, forcing you to go back through the pit stop sequence, where you manually control each member of your pit crew. This doesn't even make sense. Cole Trickle was like the awesome race car driver that never knew anything about cars. Did he even take a pit stop during his races? Where's the part of the movie where you drive toy cars up Nicole Kidman's leg? That's the scene they should have had in here. Why is this in the game? Why are you punishing me with this never-ending pit stop? I'm not replacing the tires, and I don't care if my engine is damaged. Screw you. I'm leaving the pit stop.
Nice try, buddy.
Oh look, I lost another race, and if you do that, your sponsor will force you to go through time trials just to keep your job. And if you can stay awake long enough to complete those time trials, you can continue playing Days of Thunder. More like days spent in a never-ending pit stop of hell. Even though this Nintendo game was sent to the show by our friend Sergio Matthias from Paulínia, Brazil, I can't recommend it to anybody. Fans of the movie will find little in here that actually resembles the movie. Maybe the character names are in the game, but that's not terribly exciting. Where's the part where you race the other guy through crowded city streets just to show how manly you are? Where's the part where you yell Rubbins racing? How about that scene where you overcome a crippling injury that would have killed most people except you're the star of the movie? Where's the critical moment where you punch out Chewbacca to win the final race? This game is nothing like Days of Thunder the movie. If you're looking for a good driving game on the NES, go with Rad Racer and leave this game alone. But once again, thanks to Sergio Matthias and the giant box of racing games. If any good comes out of playing Days of Thunder on the Nintendo, it's that it may inspire you to watch the awesome movie once again. Now, how do you fire the entire pit crew, or at least run over them? Maybe there's a cheat code for that.
Days of Thunder for the Nintendo. Oh, what a game. Look at this title screen. Right away, you know this is going to be a great game. I mean, you have one choice. Press start. No options, nothing. Right away, you know this game is going to be awesome.
Let me summarize this game into one paragraph. The controls are as stiff as Pinocchio's cock. The backgrounds in this game look like they could have been drawn by a 5-year-old with Down syndrome at recess. Getting first place is impossible. Turning is unrealistic. You don't have to slow down to 5 miles per hour in real life in order to make one fucking turn. Turning in this game is a chore. If you're a developer and you're making a racing game, how can you let it come out if turning is a chore? Turning is one of the few fucking things you do in a racing game. Why is it every time I turn, I have to slow down to basically 5 miles per hour, and by that point, everybody has passed me? That is fucking bullshit. I come home from work, pissed off. I expect to pop this game in and have a good night. This game made it worse. I would rather have an unprotected orgy with the Osborne family than ever have to play this game again. Now, like in NASCAR, in this game you can stop in the pit. Okay, now you do get to control your crew. And at that point I thought, wow, this is kind of cool, kind of realistic. Yeah, this might add to the game. No. You control one crew member at a time, and by the time you are done fixing your car up, everybody has passed you, okay? You might as well forget about getting in the lead position. Getting in the lead position in this game is like trying to get into a Catholic nun's pants. This game is so frustratingly bad. Every 5 laps, your tires are just ruined, ripped to shreds. You think you have a chance of winning, and then after 5 laps, you've got to stop because of your tires. I mean, fuck! The graphics are just like the game. Terrible. There is no detail. There is nothing. I mean, you can see some clouds. I mean, I've seen children's pop-up books with more than this shit. The frame rate is shit. I mean, is there a crowd? Were there not crowds in NASCAR races in the time that this was made? I mean, what the fuck is wrong with this picture here? There's nothing in the background but blue sky and clouds. You can tell that the creators of this game went into so much effort to create a beautiful game. I mean, look at this. Fucking brilliance. Bravo! Great job, assholes! The developers of this game were so lazy that they, instead of putting an audience in the background, they decided, you know what, let's just, let's see. Oh yeah, this'll work. Let's just change the color of the sky on each level, and that'll be enough. I mean, what the fuck? Look at the sky. What the fuck is this? The apocalypse? Why the fuck is the sky red? Aces, guys. Great job. Really getting her done, guys. Really going above and beyond with this. I haven't played a game this poorly produced since The Adventures of Bayou Billy, and that's saying a lot. The developers of this game was Argonaut Software. I wonder why they're not in business anymore. I bet you're all sitting back laughing, high-fiving each other, smiles. I bet it's all positive. You just think this is so fucking hysterical. If I ever met any one of you motherfuckers that made this game, I'd look you right in the eyes and tell you 2 words. Fuck you. Fuck you for making this garbage. Fuck you for ruining my day. Fuck you for wasting my money. And most notably, fuck you for wasting my time, gosh damn it! Days of Thunder, you are officially the worst Nintendo game I have ever played. Goodbye, my friends.
What do Top Gun and Days of Thunder have in common? The first point a lot of you may jump to is that they're both so-so Tom Cruise movies. But not many people know that both movies spawned muddy pig anuses, some call Nintendo games. Though a good number have heard the Top Gun rant done by the Angry Video Game Nerd know about how much it sucks, some have not heard about the Days of Thunder game. Boy, I wish I were one of those guys.
Well, when you first look at it, it looks decent enough. For a bit, of course. The little that I know when I first played this is that this would probably be the best part of the game. So you see a cinematic of Tom Cruise pulling into Daytona International Speedway, and now it's qualifying time. This is qualifying. This is it. This is driving. And you want to know what the worst part about this driving is? When you're in the turn, no matter how hard you brake, you're always going to go up toward the wall. And it's not like modern NASCAR games where you can change it. No, here you have to learn to live with it. And sometimes I find myself braking so hard that I'm barely moving in the turn. Look, right there. I'm barely moving in the turns. And, like, you just need to gain speed in order to compete with the other cars on the track. But you can't do that if you're going to accelerate in the turns and just go up toward the main wall. And I think it goes without saying that qualifying is most likely the most boring part of the game. I mean, there's no competition. All you're doing is just running around the track 4 laps to see where you can start in the field. And all NASCAR fans know that at least it's normally 2 laps, but I don't know, this game doesn't make any sense. So, just driving around. God, this is bullshit. Do I really have to put up with this? Okay, so it stops, and soon you're going to find out where you qualify.
Oh, and wouldn't you know it, I got a... In other news, the Earth is round, it revolves around the sun, you can't sail off the edge of it, and when it rains, people get freaking wet.
So there you see it, I start 8th. God, I wish I got out from this shitstorm. It's just going to be bad. Now on racing, there's a little different. Its racing is too damn hard. Look at this. Okay, so you start out, your car immediately chokes, and you can't drive anywhere. So you start catching up to all the AI cars. I hope. Look, see, okay, here they are, yeah. They're getting close. Oh, there. Damn it, I hit the wall again. And you know what? That just pisses me off. You cannot go the entire race without hitting the wall once, especially if you're doing some hard racing. Okay, so you just keep... Oh, damn it, I did it again. No, but we haven't gotten to the worst part yet. The pitting. So, I mean, sooner or later you realize you're going to need to pit, because you run out of fuel incredibly fast. And plus my engine just got damaged. See, it's yellow down there. So, you can't get all the way back up to speed, so you need to repair your engine. Oh, but look, good luck. Look at that. Good luck getting into the pits. You have to be slowed way down. I mean barely going. You have to be to the point where the cars can pass you without even trying to even pull over the pits. If you're a couple miles an hour over, guess what? You're not going in. Or you're going in and you're not getting your pit stop. Just watch. Just watch what I mean. So you see now all 4 of my tires turn yellow too. Now here we go. Damn it. Fuck, I messed it up again. Okay, see, just watch. Okay, so we keep going. Obviously, I'm already in dead last. Trying to pull into the pits, all the cars pass me. God, this game's horrible. Man. There's no music either. It's like driving in purgatory. Okay, here we go. What? Okay, I made it into the pit lane, and then they just threw me out. It's like the pit crew saying, hey, fuck you, you know. Oh, this was bad. Alright, so we're gonna try this again now. And you see I'm barely moving. Cars could pass me if they're going school zone speed. Okay, here we are. Now, tell me, what's the first thing you noticed that's wrong with this? Got it yet? You're controlling every pit crew guy. Every guy. The B button switches through the guys at a random order, and the A, and when they're in the right position, the A button does what they're supposed to do. Like, see there. Like, I'm walking around because it's so, like, the control is so stiff. Now, when you send them over, you gotta get them down in the correct order. Like, you can't have the front tire changer be the front tire changer for the other side, because that's just not gonna work. So then you send over the last little douche, and then you fill up the car. Oh, I forgot to mention, this game has some give-ins with it. Like, you cannot fuel up the car when it's on a jack for any given reason. And you can't repair the engine unless that side of the car is up. Hence the engine repair guy right there. And you can't fuel the car when the other side of the car is up. So basically the car has to be on all fours the minute you start fueling. So you hit start and you start going. Now the minute you start going after the pit stop, you begin to notice something. You're still in 8th place, and the cars are still ahead of you by a great amount of length. Guess what? The AI doesn't pit. Are you kidding? The AI doesn't pit? Oh, come on. Even in recent NASCAR games with 09 omitted, of course, the AI always pits, giving the player a decent challenge. But here, the challenge is fucking impossible because the AI doesn't pit, which means when you pit, you get sent all the way back to the back of the pack with no way to make it up in time before you have to pit again. Okay, whatever. I'm done with this shit. Hang on. Okay, so you round turn 2. You're on the back straightaway. You're almost done with the race. Okay, so I pass. I'm in front. But then I get sent up into the fucking wall. They pass me. Cross the line in 7th. Race is over. You know what? Thank God I'm done with this.
Nice try, buddy.
Yeah, nice try. Nice try. I didn't even try. Whatever. You know, you guys know what I mean. So, that's Days of Thunder on the NES. Try it if you want to, or don't, whatever. I recommend that you don't, since the game fucking sucks, but who cares?
Days of Thunder for NES is one of the worst racing game of all time. You play part of person Tom Cruise from In Movie, and you must race around track, but always go to left for some reason. They never bother to put in right turn. You notice that every time you take a turn you end up hitting into side of barrier and your tires become bad. After this you must stop at the pit, which is one of the most infuriating and annoying gaming moments of entire life. Oh, this game should be sent to Gulag. It is so annoying. Look, they didn't even send little bastard round the other side to change tires. I have to spend all of my time running around like jerkass. Look at that! Did you ever see NASCAR driver take over 2 minutes to change his tires? It's bloody ridiculous! There, I finally got out of pit. Bottom line, this game is a flawed and repetitive racing title, and I regret paying 33 pence for it. This game is